Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 14. That is crazy. Episode 14 of the podcast where we talk all things film and television in real time. My name is Ryan, and I work in the film and television industry.
And I'm Noah, a sports broadcaster. I agree with you, Ryan. 14 is pretty crazy. Today we're talking about Wonderman, the new MCU show that just came out yesterday. We're talking about the Beatles, so that's pretty cool. Also some trailers we could potentially see during Super Bowl 60. And of course, as per usual, we'll play a game at the end. Ryan, how you doing, my man?
Good. I know you got a bunch more snow than me because you're in New York. Is it still super snowy out there?
You know, snow all over the place. Luke and Leia could barely go to the bathroom when I walk them. Those are my dog's names to people who haven't heard that yet. Still a lot of snow on the ground. We got, what was it, like 10, 11, 12 inches. And as you know, I'm an adjunct professor for the school in North Carolina. We had to cancel class a few days ago on Monday because they got like an inch, like a centimeter of snow.
But aren't you doing the classes virtually?
Yes. So I'm in New York doing the classes via Zoom. So we obviously got a lot of snow up here in New York. And then down in Carolina, they had to cancel class because all you guys in the South, or not that you're from the South, but everyone near you is just insane, and they think that an inch of snow is a big deal. So I think that's always going to be funny to me, the fact that people go crazy. And last year when I was in Carolina, the whole story was, we're going to get a huge snowstorm. It ended up being about 1 or 2 inches of snow for the first time in 3 years. Carolina got
which
snow,
is a lot. That's a lot.
Which is a lot for down south, 100%. For down south, but like everyone was fighting each other over milk and eggs and bread. I don't know. As a northerner, that was just the funniest thing of all time to me.
I was making a joke about 1 or 2 inches being a lot.
Yeah, I know, but it is a lot for down south.
No, you never mind.
Oh, now I understand. Yes,
but
yes.
It actually, you're not wrong. It actually is a lot because we didn't even get any snow this time, and I didn't have work on Monday just because of the ice in the roads. The cars aren't equipped for it, in the South. So it's like you're not accustomed. You also don't have the salt on the roads. Yeah, I didn't have work Monday. I went on a thriller binge this weekend. I watched so many thrillers.
Whoa. Talk to me.
It's not even worth talking about them all. I can run through them. I just watched so many. I watched The Game, David Fincher movie. I watched Children of Men, one of the most incredible movies I've ever watched. You gotta check that out.
Yep.
I watched If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, which is the one I finished it. I told you I watched the first half before with Rose Byrne, nominated for Oscar. Mm-hmm. I watched oh my god. I watched Zootopia yesterday, which is not a thriller, but I watched Zootopia 2 in theaters yesterday. Oh, I watched No Other Choice, the Korean movie that's getting a lot of buzz. I don't know if you've heard about No Other Choice. I watched Misery for the first time. I watched No Country for Old Men for the first time.
Wow, okay.
Yep. And I'm forgetting one more that I watched that was good. They were all good. Every single one that I watched was good. So it was
Anton Chigurh is pretty badass.
So sick. That haircut.
Yeah. Did you hear what he said? What Javier Bardem said in an interview once about the haircut?
No.
He said he couldn't get laid for months because he had to have that haircut.
That's funny. You watch anything this week besides Wonderman, which we both watched, which we're going to get into?
Besides Wonderman. Yes, we're obviously going to get into our Wonderman review. Have you seen the show? I doubt it, but have you seen The Traitors?
No, but I've heard about it, and it's been recommended to me a bunch. Is it that good?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm not usually a sucker for reality TV. If someone puts on Love Island, I'll get invested. I'll get interested. Oh, okay, these guys, they're all naked, attractive people that are hooking up. Like, what's not to like? Right? But I'm telling you, man, I started watching this is season 4, but it's one of those shows where you don't need to actually watch from season 1. Obviously, it's reality TV. So I started watching from the beginning of season 4, and I was interested because, Michael Rappaport is on. He's the guy who's in random things. Donna Kelsey, the Swifties love her, and, as a football guy, Donna Kelsey, the Kelsey brothers' mom. And I find myself quite literally on the edge of my seat every single episode. And I know it's reality TV, and it's like a lot of it is they go extra and it's exaggerated and everything, but like it's done so well. It's good. I highly recommend it.
It's like Mafia, kind of, right? It's like Mafia
Yes,
in a way. Okay,
yes,
I gotta check
yes.
it out. I gotta
No,
check
no,
it out.
it's literally Mafia, where there are faithfuls, and then there are traitors that they don't know who the traitors are, so they try to vote out the traitors, but then the traitors get to kill someone. So like if you show that you're on to a traitor too much, you're probably going to be killed, and if you're too quiet, you're also probably going to be killed, because it's like, why is this person being sus? So you have to be in the middle, and you have to be smart, but like don't show that you're too smart. It's like, it actually is really good.
Cool. I will check it out. And I don't think Love Island is good. Watched one episode and I thought it was so bad. So
Yeah,
bad.
I don't exactly. That's my point. I've never, whenever I turn, if I've had Love Island turned on for me, or if it's on the TV, or if I'm at someone's house. I think like we were watching it this one time together at someone else's house, or at your house or something.
That's the time I watched
Was
it
at the
because
time?
Jesse wanted to watch it.
Yeah, Jesse. I have to ask Jesse if he watches Traders. He probably does.
Probably.
He probably does. But yeah, but I agree that it's like silly, and it's not like, but Traders, I genuinely think they do such a good job. And even though me personally, I don't know all these people that they're pulling in from Housewives, from Survivor, like I haven't watched any of those shows, so I'm not even familiar with how popular they are, like their personality, but now I am. Because like Lisa Renna apparently is like a huge housewife of whatever, and she's famous and everything. I didn't know who she was, but now I know who she is, and I like her. She's kind of badass, so it's cool. I don't know.
Well, I'm just ready for Noah Epstein of the Gastonian Ghost Peppers slash host of the Real Time podcast to be on Traders one day.
So funny you say that. They have applications that are due in early March for their, apparently for season 5. It's not going to be famous people. It's going to be like they're selecting random people to do it.
Are you gonna do it?
I'm definitely going to send in the application because I think that'd be hilarious.
You'd be so good. You'd be so good at any
It'd be so
sort of
funny.
reality show. You'd be everyone's favorite.
I need to be on that.
Cool. And then
But
we
yeah,
watched Wonderman. Should we get into it?
let's do it, man. Let's do it. We watched. So we both watched all 8 episodes yesterday, right?
I watched two the night before, but yes, for the
Okay.
majority, I watched them all yesterday.
Take it away. I guess you want to start us off. What are your thoughts on Wonder
I mean,
Man?
I don't know your thoughts at all either. We don't know each other's thoughts.
Which is a good
I
thing. You
liked
want to?
it.
Do you want?
I
Wait. Oh, okay. I was
oh
gonna do
sorry.
a. I was gonna copy the escape pod and do a 3, 2, 1 out of 10 kind of thing.
Yeah, well,
But
I just spoiled it. I liked
yeah,
it.
me too.
Um, you too. Good,
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Um, I heard people say it's the best Marvel show. I don't know if I'd go that far. I still think WandaVision is better. I happen to really like Hawkeye. Um,
Hmm.
that being said, it's one of the best Marvel shows. It is so much fun. It has so much heart. A lot of that comes down to the chemistry between the two main characters, Simon Williams, Trevor Slattery. Every time they're on screen together, it's fun, and they have such a nice friendship. And one of the things that I loved most about it is, now Marvel has that spotlight thing that goes off before it. It's like a Marvel spotlight, right? And I kind of like that concept. If they're going to do TV shows and they're going to highlight a character like Wonder Man, doing something unique and different from everything else that's been done before, because there's not much action in this show. If anything, it's really just a show about someone who has powers that takes place in the world of the MCU. And if you're going to do TV shows, you want them to be different from the big blockbuster action fest movies. And I think it was super successful in providing a unique experience that hasn't been done yet in the MCU. And it was a character study. And yeah, dude, success in my book.
Trevor Slattery. Uh, when you do that. Yeah. So I agree with everything you said. I think it was cool because I like those kind of behind the scenes acting showcases. Whether it's Barry, I don't know if you've seen Barry. Whether it's the studio like we talked about, even whether it's Entourage, which obviously this is way different from Entourage, but it's still a behind the scenes look at it. I like that kind of show. But it kind of gave me, and you might have a strong reaction to this, but I'll explain. It kind of gave me Andor vibes, not from the quality. Andor's obviously a better show. Like I'm not going to go there, but it gave me Andor vibes because a lot of people that love Star Wars, I've heard complain about, or not a lot, but I've heard some people that love Star Wars complain about Andor because there are no lightsabers in the show. There's not like a lot of cool action like you usually see in Star Wars. Some people like thought it was slow, and I heard some might say it's like boring or whatever. And I felt that same kind of way because we didn't get the big CGI skybeam fights at the end like we got in like huge CGI fight like we got in WandaVision, or like we got in some of the other MCU shows. It wasn't like a thriller per se. It wasn't super it like out of this world or anything. It was very grounded and it was a character study like you said, and I like the fact that we focus on this character who is totally full of himself right away, and it's like, oh, okay, how are they going to get us to like this guy who's so pretentious and so self-centered and everything? And it goes through his journey of what he went through, and then obviously his friendship with Trevor, and then it's the one friend he has. That's kind of the theme, and then of course it's heartbreaking in the penultimate episode of the show when it's revealed to him that Trevor has been working behind the scenes, but also like he hasn't. So it's I thought it was layered. I liked his character a lot, and even though I think one complaint that I haven't even like read into any of the like reviews about the show. It
I've done
literally
a
came out
very
yesterday.
little bit,
Yeah.
like a few tweets. That's it.
So one critique that you could have is, oh, we didn't really see we saw the damage that was done by his character, but aside from literally the one scene where like he causes the set to collapse, we didn't really see any of that kind of. But it wasn't about that. The whole point is that it wasn't about that. It was about his character. It was about his journey. I liked it. I thought it was fun. Like I think you texted me after episode 1. You were like, "This is fun so far." So I thought it was, and I agree. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good. Yeah, it was a straight up good show, and I feel like we haven't had a Marvel show like that in quite a while.
Yeah, it seems like we're pretty much on the same page. You mentioned a little bit about, Simon being a flawed character, and he definitely is. Do you like him by the end?
Do I like him by the end? I certainly like him more. I'm trying to think. I like him more at the end than I do at the beginning,
Hmm.
obviously. Do I like him? Do I like him? I think I do. I don't. I wouldn't say I love him. I definitely wouldn't say I love him, but I like his character. I think I like his character. Like, yeah, he's a dick at times, and he's self centered, and he's like he even says. I think he says like I'm a dick and I'm self centered. He says that verbatim,
Hmm.
and it's true. But I think they did a good job making me like him. That's my take. Why do you
Yeah.
not?
No, no, I think by the end there were a few moments in the finale, especially some of the ways that, he's trying to be so nice to the people that he works on set with. And maybe it's just because I
Yeah, it
work
was
on
so funny.
sets and stuff. First of all, that was another aspect I loved, the whole inside baseball filmmaking stuff. So awesome. Because my job working in TV and movies. But some of the way he was like treating people, I was like, oh, I would hate that guy if I was the PA or whatever. Um,
I'm sure that happens all the time. That
all the
happens.
time.
That happens.
But in any industry, it happens. But then again, I think about it, and I think he's at his best when he's with Trevor because Trevor is so likable and so good. So Simon's definitely more likable towards the end. But I think he's not supposed to be all of a sudden this amazing, selfish, selfless guy. I mean, but then again, you think about Tony, and Tony's selfish, but Tony's definitely more likable than Simon. But you can't compare the two. But he's at his best when he's with Trevor, and when Trevor's kind of grounding him, being his mentor and his friend. And yeah, I just hope that if we're seeing him again, we get to see those two together, not just Simon, because I don't know how interested I would be in just Simon without Trevor.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. And then he even breaks Trevor out at the very end, which is dope. Um,
Why is Trevor not on the raft? You know, they build this whole high maximum security prison, the raft, right? Do you know what the
yeah, no,
raft
no,
is?
no, in Civil War, yeah, yeah,
In Civil War, and then at the end of Captain America: Brave New World, it's where the
yep.
leader goes, and it's where they send. Yeah, we talked about Zemo's there. I think at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, why wouldn't they just use the already built-in super max prison for villains. I think the Abomination is there.
Well, I at first before you said Zemo, I was about to say because Trevor doesn't have powers. But if you're saying that Zemo is there also, then that's a fair point.
I think Zemo's there.
Wait. When is he? Oh, you said Falcon and Winter Soldier. I would have to I would have to rewatch it. I'm not going to
I
do
I
that.
could be wrong. I could be wrong on that.
um,
Regardless, though, I don't know. I was like,
I
oh, they're
mean,
gonna go to the
is
raft.
is it a? It can't be a budget thing, right? Because
No, I mean my theory was, then need him to break out of the raft at the end, and they like that sequence of him, like they worked backwards maybe in the writing room, and we're like, okay, we need Simon to break him out, so he has to get close to the security guard, and
yeah,
then blah blah blah. And if you're in a raft in the middle of nowhere prison, it's much tougher for Simon to break Trevor out of a
yeah,
raft in the ocean. But to
good
me, I
call.
was like, oh, this is a little bit lazy. I kind of wish
Good
that was
call.
one little thing in the finale, because like not that this show has to be full Marvel continuity, but it does take place in the world. So if there's a device that's already built in, you may as well. I don't know.
That's a fair point. What did you think of the Doorman episode, episode 4?
It was fine. It was fine. Um, yeah, I don't know. Um, I think it's a unique way to tell the reasoning for why he has to conceal his powers. Um, I didn't fully get why the whole story was told in black and white. I thought it was going to be like he was watching a movie about something that really happened, and I don't know. Um, what'd you think? Did you
She wants dinner. Oh my goodness gracious.
Luke and Leia?
I think no, just Leia. Luke doesn't ever make a noise. He's perfect. Leia, Leia is always the one that you hear. But anyway, I'll give her dinner after. Uh, oh, the black and white. I liked because Better Call Saul does that at times when it's in the or I guess in Better Call Saul's the future, but like media does that all the time where black and white is the past or the future, vice versa. So I actually liked that part. I didn't love that we spent the entire episode on it. I think it was really cool to show, like you explained, why it's such a big deal for Simon to have powers. But I felt like that could have been a 5-10 minute thing at the beginning of an episode. It's similar now, not nearly as bad as something like this, or not, but actually I shouldn't say not nearly as bad. But it's similar to a Lost Sister episode in season 2 of Stranger Things, where because I'm not saying quality was. I'm saying because we have all this momentum over the first 3 episodes, and now we're quite literally pausing it for an entire episode of the story that we're watching, and then we resume it in episode 5. And for that reason, I just didn't love that choice. I think the episode alone was really good, actually. I think the episode was good. It's also similar to a Book of Boba Fett situation where we're getting the Mandalorian for an episode. So I don't really like that trend that keeps happening where we're pausing the momentum of the entire story, what we're invested in as viewers, and we're going to a totally different character. And I understand what the point was. Could have been a 5-10 minute thing.
And you know what? It would have been worse if they released the episodes weekly, which is why I
Yes.
think this was a rare situation where I think it was good that they released this all at once.
Yep. If that episode, I agree because I thought of the same exact thing, Ryan. If that episode 4 came out and it was a weekly release, I would have been like, yeah, good episode, but what are we doing? And yeah, I agree.
Yep. And this story served itself to kind of a quick binge. They were quick episodes. Like it was a nice sit down, and like it was like comfort food. I liked it, dude. I liked it.
Me too. There you go.
Um, there we go. That's Wonder Man.
An easy one day just binge.
Yeah.
I feel like the marketing definitely could have been better. Also, they released it at what 9 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Well, one of the thing is, I don't know if you saw, they did like a bunch of these like actor on actor type stuff with like Ben Kingsley and Yaha. I don't know how to say his last name. And I think a lot of people just thought it was like regular like marketing. Like they didn't realize it was for Wonder Man. Like they did
Yeah,
some stuff that I think was too meta in their marketing that just like didn't. That was actually pretty cool that I watched, but I don't think it came across that way to the general public where they were like, "Oh, this is really cool. They're playing their parts here." I don't know
your TikTok was really good, by the way.
which one.
When you said
The
you saw the Vaughn, whatever his name is, I
Yeah,
forgot.
but
It
dude,
was
it
good.
must have gone over everyone's head because I posted this TikTok where it was like, I was at AMC last night watching Zootopia 2 with my boss and her husband. It was great. And I posted this TikTok while I was at AMC, and I just finished watching Wonderman, and I was like, walking around, I was like, I just got out of the newest what's the last name? Eric?
I honestly
I
forgot.
don't know. The newest whatever movie, and he got absolutely snubbed for not getting an Oscar, and the fact that Simon Williams didn't get nominated either for Best Actor. The Academy should be ashamed of themselves. And I think it got like not that many likes because I don't think most people understood it. I think I might repost it and write like Wonder Man out of theater reaction. I don't know. We'll see.
No,
But
I thought it was really good. It's one of those things where you literally have to have seen the show, and because it had only been a day, or not even a day, like a half a day before you posted that of the show being out, that's probably why
yeah.
not a lot. But if for everyone who saw the show, that's really good. I liked it.
Yeah, maybe I'll repost. Yeah, I definitely have to be
Do it.
in on the joke. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, one last thing. I really like that they kept that the him formerly being the actor as the Mandarin, Trevor being as the Mandarin was addressed so many times. I did not get. I don't know what you think, but like it did not get repetitive to me. Every single time they made a new character, oh, weren't you the Mandarin? I like the reinforcement because I don't know. I feel like it's self-explanatory. Like I like the fact that
Mhm.
that mattered so much and that was huge for his character. I thought that worked out really well.
Yeah, that's the type of Marvel continuity that was there throughout the series, and yeah, it was a good bit as
Yep.
well. It was like, yeah, I know, I'm the Mandarin. So, and then how that all tied together at the end by him going back to that to save Simon. Great bit. I knew where it was going. I knew immediately the second that he was like, I have a plan. I was like, okay, he's gonna take the blame as the Mandarin.
And
But
you never saw me coming.
you never saw me coming.
Yeah, yeah. Which we don't have to get an Iron Man 3. I'm actually one of the few people who doesn't hate that twist, but that's a whole other
I,
thing.
I like Iron Man 3.
Me too.
So, yeah. Um, on to the next. We got a first. Is it like a leaked look? I think it's a little bit of a
Mhm.
leaked. Yeah, a leaked look at
Yeah, 10 times fast.
leaked look at the Beatles biopic. Say that 10 times fast. Beatle biopic. Beatle biopic. Beatle biopic. Okay, we got a leaked look at the first looks of our four Beatles and the Beatles biopics because remember they're releasing four movies all at once in theaters: a John movie, a Paul movie, a George movie, and a Ringo movie. Um, of course, we have. Let's see if we have them written down. Yeah, Paul Mescal is Paul McCartney, Barry Keoghan, Ringo Starr, Joseph Quinn, George Harrison, and Harris Dickinson, John Lennon. Some of the biggest up and coming, if they even can be considered up and coming anymore, stars in Hollywood at the moment playing our Beatles. What do you think of this look? No, their looks.
Paul as Paul looks incredible.
Crazy.
That's my main. That was my main takeaway because if you have a side by side of all of them, oh my goodness, there's actually one specific side by side of Mescal and McCarthy, and it's awesome. Or sorry, McCartney. It's fantastic. So I think that casting in particular is great, and then yeah, all these four guys are great. I think we've both seen all these four in at least one project, and we were just talking about the MCU, obviously Joe Quinn. By the way, I know you said that you think this is a prediction you made like a few months ago that Sadie Sink was going to be like the number one star after Stranger Things. I feel like Joe Quinn is giving her a run for her money, and I feel like he's probably in the lead right now, either him or David Harbour.
I agree, but I don't think I was necessarily talking
Oh,
about
you're
the
talking about the
older
kids.
cast. I was talking about the kids. Like
Oh,
I'm
then
talking
yeah.
about
Oh, then
yeah.
easily, yeah, okay.
But
Yeah.
if we're talking about the older cast, I mean, at the moment, yeah, Joseph Quince and David Harbour are all over the place, you know.
Yeah,
So
so great for Quinn. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. I'm happy that he got this. He's easily my favorite of the four. And yeah, I mean, everyone knows the Beatles. That's another thing. But also, this is interesting. I assume this is probably a question you were about to ask me, but what's your take on them releasing four at once and not just releasing one biopic?
I think it's cool.
Okay.
I think it's a cool experiment to do. If it's gonna work, I don't know. People might just go see one of them or two of them, but I'm really intrigued. Look, I mean, as film evolves and there's only so many things you can do over and over again, like, and we've seen so many musical biopics to do something different and unique, I'm all for it. Um, I mean, how many people are going to go and see the George one? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I think people are going to rush to see Paul and John first. Like, if you're there, which one are you going to see first? That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh, definitely George, strictly because of Joseph Quinn.
Oh, you're going to see George first. No,
Because of
Paul.
Joseph Quinn. I
Oh,
have
so
I have
really? Wow.
I have more of, I know that's probably in very unpopular opinion and everything, but I have way more of a connection with Joseph Quinn than I do with the Beatles. I know the Beatles, everyone
But
loves the Beatles, obviously. I don't have the connection I do to Paul McCartney, even though he's really cool and I've seen him on interviews and stuff. And John Lennon, I know he was great and everything, but yeah, I just care more about Joe Quinn than I do about every
yeah,
other.
but he's going to be in the other movies. It's not like, but yes, I understand what you're saying. Like,
Oh,
they're
then
all,
wait, is he? Wait, that was okay. So that's my next question. That's my next question. Are all, are all four actors going to be in all four movies?
yeah, that's the whole thing. It's
So
like,
then,
it's going to be interesting because I think you can watch them in any order and you basically choose one to see first. And I'm sure there's going to be, this is my assumption. I don't know. But from my understanding was, or what I hope it is you're watching kind of each of their stories and there's moments of overlap, but you're seeing it from a different perspective. So, like, let's say there's some big moment when they touch down in the United States at the first time, but instead you're watching Paul's reaction and there might be a line that overlaps, but you're seeing Paul walk out of the room and you're following Paul in that moment. Well, in the John one, you're following John and Ringo having a conversation on the other side of the plane. Like, who knows, you
so it's
know?
directed by the same person.
Yeah, yeah.
And how long are the biopics? Do you know?
No clue. But I assume they film them all together. So
Yeah.
it's also I mean, that's another financial question that I'm curious about is how much of an extra expense was it to make four movies I'm sure it was more than if they were just making one, but if they were
Yeah.
using all the same, not all the same, but a lot of the same locations and the same actors, like maybe they're not going to lose so much money if not that many people go and see the Ringo one, you know? Or the whichever one is the least popular. Um,
I would. I'm changing my answer to Paul, knowing that Joe Quinn would at least still be in it. Then yeah, yes, Paul McCartney. That's my answer.
But then you got to think about it also. I wonder, like, does the John one end shorter in the timeline because he died and George dies too? But like, John gets assassinated. Like,
Yeah,
there's so many. Like, where are they each when
it's
they
true.
find
And
out?
that scene would probably be yeah.
Where are they all when they find out that John got assassinated? Like, are they all in different? They definitely are all in different locations. Like, there's so many cool things that could be done, and yeah, I think it could be a revolutionary film experiment. I'm so in for it.
It's very interesting. I just is it going to be like a Barbenheimer thing where someone where someone goes to the theater and just watches all four in a single day? A single day? Are people going to do that? There's no way, unless they're all like 45 minutes each. But that's not going to be.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could break it up. I'm sure there's people
I
that
just have
would do that.
so many questions about this.
But that's the point, dude.
Yeah.
Look. I watched Ben Affleck and Matt Damon talk the other day on Rogan. I don't know if you watched any of their clips.
Few
First of
clips.
all, this could be a whole topic in itself. They are so smart. There's a
Yep.
bunch of things that they said. I honestly want to talk about this for a sec. But let's first talk about what I was going to say they said regarding streaming and movies. They basically said, sometimes it's great to be able to sit in your house and watch a streaming film like The Rip, which is what they're promoting, and get your family together because it's expensive to get a whole family to go to the movies. If you have two kids and a wife and whatever, it could be $100 plus popcorn and this. Not everyone's going to want to go to theaters all the time. And so many people like me are quick to say, go to the theaters for every movie. That's just not the reality of the world we live in. Going to the theater is expensive. It's a hassle to get your family to go to the theater. So if you want more content and original content being made, sometimes that stuff has to go to streaming because now streaming allows for bigger budget stuff. It allows for more things to be made to go to streaming. And, you know, people will watch that with their families. Um, but then they went to say, but there are movies that are theatrical experiences that, you have to be in the theater for it, referencing the Odyssey because Matt Damon was sitting right there. And if you want to get people to want to have an experience, who knows if they have like meal or combo tickets for the Beatles ones? They might come out with some plan where it's like, okay, pay $40 and you get tickets to all four. You know what I mean? Over the course of who knows what they're gonna do. It's something super unique and it's a type of experience I think could be worthy of going to the theaters for.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair. You said you wanted to talk more about Matt and Ben?
Dude, they said that the cast, if this is a really cool thing they said,
Oh, I heard, yeah.
the rip the crew gets benefits if it does well on streaming. That's a big
Mhm.
criticism of streaming is that if it doesn't make like you don't calculate the viewers the same way as box office. You don't get what's the I'm
Revenue?
forgetting. No, the word like residuals. You don't get
Oh.
residuals. So they make sure that if the rip gets a certain amount of viewers, all the crew gets bonuses. And then they
Hmm.
talked about AI, which you probably saw also, and how Ben Affleck just gives a great take on AI, and he's like, you know, it's the average of um, thoughts. You know what I mean? So you can have an idea and put an AI and it can clean it up for you or whatever. But if you're ever asking AI to write a script for you, you're not going to get out of the box ideas because it's taking the average. I was like, that is a great way to put it. Like
Yep.
they're smart guys and they love
They
movies,
are.
they love filmmaking, and I'm such a fan. And I watched The Rip also. It was fun.
They're wicked smart. Um, Good Will Hunting reference.
I know.
Yeah, Ben, you could tell. I was talking to Aaron about this actually. You could tell that Ben is a director. Like by having that, by rewarding the casting crew and everything, like you could tell that some people get it more than others, and I'm sure you, especially someone who works in the industry, I'm sure appreciate that more than the average person. So I'm sure that was cool for you to see.
Yeah, super super neat. Um, but with the Beatles, yeah, I'm down for this experiment, and we'll just have to see how it goes. I don't know. I really have no clue. It's a risk, but it's cool.
It's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. 2028, right?
I think so. Is it
I think
28?
I think 2028.
Hmm. Quite some time, so they have time to build up that hype.
That they do. You want to get into the Super Bowl, the big game?
Yeah. Why don't we trade off what we think trailers are going to be played at the Super Bowl? Why don't we each give one and see if we agree or disagree?
Sure. Sure, I'm cool with that. I honestly don't have a list written down, but I could rattle off on the top of my brain easily. So yeah.
Yeah. So what's the number one trailer you think we're going to see at the Super Bowl?
Already announced, so not an opinion by me, just a fact, but I'm also excited for it. Avengers Doomsday.
Mm.
They've said for a few weeks now that there are going to be the four teasers, and then the Super Bowl is going to be the trailer. The only question I have is what kind of shot of Doom are we going to get? So I guess, do you want to get into that now? Do you want to keep saying names, or do you want to like do a small dive, a
No.
shallow dive
Yeah.
into
Let's do a
each one?
shallow dive. Let's do a
Shallow
shallow. Let's dip our toes in the water.
Has anyone ever said shallow dive? I feel like,
You might be the first.
well, we're doing a shallow
Let's
dive.
do a shallow doom dive. Um,
What do you think?
I think it's going to end with a quick look at Doom.
Mm, has to. I feel like it
Yeah,
has to.
it's all been leading to that. So I think you might get your separate teams and your separate groupings, and then quick shots of them standing around, and then talking about the threat, and then Doom.
I could already see Twitter absolutely exploding, not because the Seahawks are destroying the Patriots, but because of the shot of doom that we're gonna get.
I
Could
mean,
already see it.
unless he's playing Tony Stark, like Doom as Tony Stark, trying to trick them and be their friend, which is a popular theory I've seen online. Like,
Mm,
if he's Tony Stark for a majority of the movie,
I would hate
and
that.
like, but not actually Tony Stark. I don't know.
I wouldn't like that at all. I wouldn't like that at all. I don't know. I don't know what I would like. I don't know. Like, that's the
No,
only
he's
thing.
not. He's not because I mean he could be, but we see Doom in Fantastic Four kind of with the mask. Is the
Yeah.
mask in that shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's no, no, yeah,
He's
he's holding the mask with his right hand.
so We're gonna see Doom.
Yep. I yeah. It's just a matter of yeah. I just don't know how they're gonna do the reveal of the face. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm excited.
On the topic of Marvel, I think we're gonna get our Spider-Man trailer. It's been way too quiet, my friend. Way too quiet.
But that would be see, I'm gonna disagree. I want that so badly, obviously, everyone does. But I disagree. I think Marvel wouldn't release both of them because they know that Doom, no matter how Spider-Man trailers received, their big thing is releasing the Doomsday trailer during the Super Bowl. So it's going to be seen as an afterthought if they release the brand new day one also, and they don't want that. They want the Super Bowl to be Doomsday, and they want some random Sunday morning or Tuesday morning or something in March to be, oh my god, brand new day is out, everyone go, the internet go crazy. I feel like they're going to release it strategically like that. Could be, I hope I'm wrong because I want the trailer like everyone does. Yeah,
I understand that, but also like we don't know how much of a decision that's going to be Marvel's choice or Sony's choice because Sony
fair.
owns Spider-Man, and I don't
Good
know if
call.
they're probably
Good
going to
call.
want to capitalize on the Super Bowl. It's the most eyes you have on a TV. I'm going to still stick with my prediction
Okay.
that I think Spider-Man will have a trailer on top of Doomsday because I just think Sony's going to want it to be seen. So, yeah, but I understand what you're saying. It's definitely, if it comes out, it's going to be eclipsed by Doomsday, but it's Spider-Man. It's not like you're dropping a random, like,
True.
no offense, Black Widow trailer as well. Or I'll give a better Sony, Morbius trailer. You're dropping
There you go.
Spider-Man. So even if he's getting eclipsed by Doom, people are still going to be talking about Spider-Man the next day. It's Spider-Man.
Okay, totally valid. I hope you're right, and that's a good point about Sony. I hope you're right. The more, or I mean, the sooner we get that trailer, the better. Because Spider-Man is in July, so we're only a few months or 5 6 months away, whatever. 6 months. My next pick, I'll go. Even though we've already gotten the trailer, there's going to be some TV spot for Mando and Grogu.
Mm.
Star Wars is not going to allow Marvel to get all the spotlight, even though me, you, everyone is probably more excited for Doomsday. Still going to have to get that TV spot in there. It might be a 30-second spot. Even I doubt it's a 15. It'll probably be a 30-second TV spot for Mandalorian and Grogu that's coming out on May 22nd. Yeah, that's what I think they're going to do.
All right, next up, I'm sorry, I agree.
He doesn't give a shit.
I just couldn't care less.
That's
I
awesome. I
agree.
love that.
I agree. I
All right,
just
next up. That was good.
Secret War. No, we're gonna get a Secret Wars trailer. Um, look,
I hope it's amazing and we can look back on that.
yeah, trust me, I
Wow,
hope so
man.
too. I love the Mandalorian. I think you're right. It's gonna. I can't do the music. Doo 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 doo. How does it go?
The
Yeah, I can picture it. I can picture it. And then I'm gonna look down on my phone. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I think we're gonna Michael trailer. Michael. I mean, it's a big
mm,
game. You know, he's performed at the Super Bowl. It's a prime time. It's gonna be a spectacle of a movie. I think. I think that's gonna be. We're gonna. I think could end with him maybe performing at the Super Bowl. I don't know. One of the most iconic performances I've seen of Michael Jackson was his Super Bowl. So, um, would not be shocked if we got that.
good call. Good call. Let's see, which one do I want to go with next? I think we got a teaser. Did we get a trailer for? We didn't get a trailer for Toy Story 5. We only have the teaser, right?
Yeah, we just have the teaser.
Trailer. My call is an actual trailer comes out for Toy Story 5. It
Okay.
has to happen at some point. That's yeah. That's yeah.
I agree. I agree. Um, Supergirl, probably similar to like the
One spot.
Mando.
Yeah.
DC's gonna want to have a spot in there, and I think it'll be Supergirl. Maybe it ends with Superman in it for a second, just like
That'd
as
be
like
great.
a tease or something. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we got a Super Bowl teaser trailer or new bit.
Um. Hmm. I'll go with. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'll just go with the boys. Maybe
Oh,
actually, no. I take it back. I don't think so. I love the boys, but I don't think so. Um,
you know what? I'm gonna say something. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got. My hope was gonna be that we get a Madden trailer. That was gonna be my hope
oh, that'd be so cool.
because it's the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
that'd
Here's
be
the thing. And
awesome.
also, obviously, I worked in the movie. I have zero clue
Wait, but
when we're getting.
the teaser's out.
Yeah, little
So
teaser.
so they but they could run the teaser.
Yeah. So what I was gonna say was, so I heard rumors they were gonna put it on Prime, which I wish it was in theaters, and I think it'll still get a little theatrical run, so it could be nominated for Oscars, just because Russell always has his actor's name nominated for Oscars. You know, Bell and Cage and whatever. Regardless, it being on Prime is what slightly deters me from saying it's going to get a trailer at the Super Bowl because it's dropping on Amazon Prime. But then again, the fact that they released a teaser that early makes me think that they have really high hopes for the movie because first of all, you never really get teasers for streaming service types movies, especially a whole year in advance. We got that teaser a year before. It comes out on Thanksgiving. I would not be shocked if we get a little Prime teaser, Amazon Prime video teaser, where it has little snippets of the boys and little snippets of, different things coming out in the year and ends with a Madden little snippet because you're at the Super Bowl and that's how they end it. That I would not be I didn't even think of that until I was going to have my last thing be I hope we get a Madden teaser because it's the Super Bowl. But I think that's how they would maybe do it if they don't just do it as standalone. They can do an Amazon Prime Video movies TV coming out this year, little montage, funny thing. What do you think?
Cook. That's what I
Thanks.
think. Yeah, you
Yeah,
cooked. You cooked. That was good. Yeah, that'd be sick because I was about to ask you. Oh, so which one will Prime choose? Will they choose Madden or will they choose the boys? But your answer is simply both, and they'll do it. And we've seen that before. We've seen watch what's coming up in 2026 in Amazon Prime, and then they do a little. Yeah, they do like even it could be 15 seconds where you show a little of the boys, you show a little something else, then you show Madden.
I mean,
I
let's see
think
what else is. I mean, I'm looking right now just at what other
what's
Invincible
Invincible
season
on?
4 is coming out this year. That could be in there.
That's
Jury
Prime.
Duty, season 2, God of War season 1. Yeah, dude. There's Spider-Man Noir, Lord of Rings, Rings of Power. There, there's some stuff, but this looks like series. Wait, original movies. Let's see. Any other big movies that I see? Masters of the Universe, which just had its trailer come out. Um, yeah, I mean that's MGM. That might be in theaters, but actually, I don't think that is. I think, regardless, that's my take.
All right. I hope you're right. That'd be sick. Do you want to keep going, or should we get
If
into?
something that I worked on, like touched my hands on, shows at the Super Bowl and like is on screen at the Super Bowl,
That'd be awesome.
that's crazy.
That'd be so sick.
Anyway,
A Will Trent season 4 or season 5 or that'd be sick. Do you want to do the game or you want to keep going for a little?
that's
Wait,
all the ones I had, unless you
yeah.
have an additional.
No, I mean I could think of other things that are coming out this year as can you, but those are the ones like those are the main ones that I think.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Cool.
Ryan, we talked about the fact that I think this is not on the pod, but we talked separately about the fact that there are rumors, and who knows if they're true, they're probably not, but there are rumors, the Doomsday opening before the Doomsday opening is one of the best openings in the MCU, and it's amazing and everything. Do we know if that's true? Absolutely not. But if it is true, our game that we're playing today is if that rumor is true, what is the opening? What is, I guess, the perfect Doomsday opening, the most epic Doomsday opening that we could see?
I'm getting chills thinking about mine, Noah.
Do it.
So we know Doomsday is probably gonna. This is no spoiler. This is a guess. It's probably going to end with a lot of the main characters going to Battle World, where they're all in this one world, and kind of an end to the multiverse as we know it, right? So I think it's going to start off with showing the multiverses at risk. So how cool would it be if we got to see a universe with some of just an all-star lineup of Avengers that are defending their universe as it's having an incursion and going away. So what if you get to see Toby as Spidey, and you get to see Hugh as Wolverine, and maybe Nick Cage as Ghost Rider, and maybe Ben Affleck as Daredevil. I don't know. Maybe just maybe like 6 or 7 of those like legendary Marvel actors in a scene together that we would have never expected to see on some random universe where those are your Avengers, and they are defending their universe against an incursion, and it ends with that universe being wiped away. And you get to see that all-star lineup of Avengers. What do you think?
So you think they're doing that right away? Because I know Toby's
Yeah.
rumored to be in Doomsday. We have no idea about Hugh, but he's doing it till he's 90. We've talked about that. You think they just do that right away? That'd be crazy. Because
I think it.
we got
Yeah.
we got that at the end of Flash where they just showed like everyone who's ever been Superman. Um,
But I'm saying they're all together on one, or like
Together
they're all,
fighting. So
maybe they're doing the circle around Avengers thing, but you see it's like Hugh Jackman and Tobey Maguire, and it's, who am I forgetting? I don't know. There's so many people it could be.
yeah.
Mahershala Ali, not Mahershala Ali. What's his name? Wesley
Wesley
Snipes.
Snipes.
Yeah,
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
that would be my dream opening to Doomsday. It's like, okay, the stakes are high. Maybe they all get sucked into Battle World or whatever, and that's how it starts. Or I don't know what. Maybe they're coming back in the next one, but you just get a snippet of those, like, of that A list from Marvel history.
Before I
Maybe you
give,
have James McAvoy's Professor X. I
ooh,
don't know.
that'd be cool. I'd like
Maybe
that.
you have I don't know.
That'd be cool. Before I give my answer, I have a question about Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Obviously, in the comic, they just fight on battle worlds, and that's like the comic, and we've talked about that a little bit. My question is, they're not actually gonna do a movie where it's quite literally just fighting for 2 hours?
Like, no, there's gonna be more to it,
There has to
obviously.
be because I talked to Sam about this also because he's actually read the Secret Wars comic. I don't know if you have. I have
Messenger
not.
or
Yeah, Messenger. Yeah.
yeah.
I have not. But he explained everything to me. And then my question to him, this is a few months ago, my question to him was also, wait, so they're just gonna be fighting the entire movie? I don't like it can't be. So there has to be some other like usually there will be actual story and then a fight at the end or some fighting throughout and then like the big battle at the end. But it sounds like with Battle Worlds, the whole thing is just a battle. And
No,
that's what
they'll do the battles, but they'll make it into a story,
into
of
a story.
course.
All right, they better. I don't know. I've been told so many times it's like they're all on Battle Worlds and they're all fighting. And it's like, yeah, that sounds kind of cool, but that better not be the whole movie because that's apparently what the entire comic is.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't. I think they're smarter than that. That's not
Good.
going to be.
I hope so.
But I do think we're gonna get some epic battles.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. My scene, the way I see it, the reason the Infinity War opening scene works so well, in addition to Infinity War being one of the best comic book movies ever made, so everything was incredible. The opening scene works so well because you show the threat, you show the power, you show that Thanos is strong and he beats the crap out of the Hulk in a fight, and you're establishing right away, oh, okay, so this is that Avengers level threat that they're gonna have to deal with all movie long. So I think in some capacity they're gonna have to do the same thing with Doom, where maybe it's something where they're showing the other universes, but I think Doom has to be incorporated right away. Unlike Thanos, we haven't seen anything from Doom except for the after credit scene in Fantastic Four and whatever we get in the trailer, which doesn't really count because it's a trailer. So like in the actual MCU so far, we've only seen him in one scene, and it was just him holding Franklin. So I think you really need to establish Doom as the threat that he is. Now, how do you go about that? in speaking about a comics, in a comic, there's the whole scene where where Doom punches Thanos and he becomes a skeleton. I don't think they're going to do that, and I really don't want that to happen. But that's a theory. That's something that is possible. I think it's going to be something with him either interacting with Steve or Loki. If I were to take a guess, I think he's either going to have some sort of interaction with Steve, when it comes to like the baby that he had, when it comes to him doing what he shouldn't have done, time wise, and going back and living the life with Peggy and everything, or he somehow is in there. Maybe he pulls Loki. He's the one who pulls Loki out of the branch, out of the tree. Maybe that's him. Maybe that's how it opens. So I think I'd rather Loki, because that'd be awesome if the first interaction we have is RDJ and Tom Hiddleston, and it's like. But I don't know. Either way, I think him pulling Loki out of the branch somehow and threatening, and I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I do not think it starts with Loki solely because it's too reminiscent of Infinity War.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry. Apologies. You're right. My bad. You're right. Okay.
It would be too similar of a. I think Loki's what they're trying to get to. Like he's like the MacGuffin of the story potentially.
No, you're right. I totally forgot that. Yeah,
but,
you're right.
No. But yeah, I mean, it could be my theory, and they're fighting against Doom, this A-list team.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah.
Another theory that you made me think of is like, you know how people always say like, well, we heard Doomsday is a direct sequel to Endgame. And people always wanted to see Steve returning the stones. What if we get like a really quick, like almost short film-esque 25 minutes of Steve? It's too much time.
No, way too much. But also, who knows how long the movie's? I hope this movie is like 4 hours. No, I'm kidding. I hope it's 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's gonna be 3 hours long.
I hope so.
But I don't know. I don't know if him just confronting Steve is the most epic start. If that is true, you know what I mean?
So if we're talking epic, then the answer is the punching Thanos and him becoming a skeleton. That would be the most epic.
I agree. Which would be pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean,
then again, does it like nerf Thanos?
It does, and that's why I wouldn't like it. I hope they don't do that. But it would be the most epic. We don't need Thanos nerfed. Like we don't need to. I don't know. I wouldn't. I wouldn't like that.
Dude, if these 14 weeks of doing the podcast flew by, let's just see how quick we're gonna be till we get to Doomsday. It's not even like we don't have other things before. We got Spider-Man Brand New Day, we got The Odyssey, we got Toy Story 5, we got Supergirl, we got Clayface, we got oh my god, the list goes on and on.
We will be getting an Odyssey spot. I don't know how neither of us said it. We will be getting an Odyssey spot during the Super Bowl. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll get that spot.
Thoughts on Travis Scott in the Odyssey teaser?
Is the hate because of it like a joke?
Like. Not fully.
He's not going to be in the whole movie. He's not going to be. It's like Josh Peck in Oppenheimer.
I know. Nolan does this. It's like Harry Styles.
It's like Harry Styles, who actually was good. Harry Styles was good in Dunkirk. I don't think he's a good actor, but he was actually good in Dunkirk. Yeah, he does this. Like no, like why is anyone doubting Chris Nolan? Like let's give it a break.
Yeah, no, I
He also looks cool.
I don't doubt it, and he didn't really seem out of place. But a small part of me is like, I couldn't. I just saw Travis Scott a little bit. Not that it's his fault. It's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's more of just like Travis Scott could be a little bit of a meme. So
let him cook. Let him cook. If he's bad in the role and makes the movie worse, then I'll say, all right, the haters called it. The haters were right.
I agree. I'm not going to disagree or doubt Nolan.
Also, you know that he's a huge Travis Scott fan, so I'm sure it was fun for him.
He is?
Oh, huge. He used, you don't remember Tenet? He used Travis Scott's score during like the big action scene in Tenet, and then it played over the after credit scenes there.
It's the only one I haven't seen. It's the only one I haven't seen.
Yeah, he loves him some Travis.
There you go.
That's why it wasn't so random to me. It was like, oh, okay, he's now going to use Travis for this, I'm assuming, small part. Because isn't the Odyssey, they're all going around telling stories, so I'm sure at one point, maybe it's the beginning, maybe it's not, but Travis is contributing to the storytelling. He's probably saying a few lines.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think that's it, Noah. We're coming up on an hour. Talked talked about a lot more than we thought we were going to. We thought it was going to be a short one, but
Yeah.
always news here in 2026. We didn't talk about Oscar nominations, but we'll probably talk about it the week before the Oscars, give our predictions and stuff. Um, yeah. This has been episode 14. Feel free to follow us on everything. We are on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify podcasts. I'm Ryan. That is Noah. This has been episode 14 where we talk all things film and television in
In
real
real time.
time.